Are you looking for stronger calves and more mobile ankles to further build those wheels or steels of yours? Well, stay tuned my friend, because in today's video I'm going to give you the 3 best calf exercises for the calisthenics athlete. Crew members, welcome back to the channel, friends. How are you doing today? If this is your first time here on this channel though, you need to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications now, because if you're new to body training calisthenics, this is your home of bodyweight strength training. So make sure you hit that button and turn on that bell. Right, just as a quick disclaimer, I want to point out that these exercises have actually worked for me in regards to improving calf strength and ankle mobility. When it comes to the size and aesthetics of my calf muscles, they're pretty laughable, I'll be honest. But you know, they're stubborn muscles, you know, they take time to grow, right? Right, so first exercise, one of the most basic yet most effective exercises you can do for strengthening and conditioning the calves is straight leg calf raises. So the first thing you want to do is actually put your feet on an elevated surface, because this will allow you to get a full stretch in the calf and allow you to actually gain ankle mobility at the same time this exercise, so you can get more bang for your buck with your time. And with your knees straight, your hips extended, you're going to raise up to the middle or inner portion of your forefoot, pause the gastrocnemius for a second or two, and then slowly lower back down with control. And as I said, make sure you keep your knees straight, you keep your hips straight, keep all your legs straight, so that you can ensure that all of the work and all of the load is coming from the calf itself. And of course, the second exercise, I'm sure you've guessed it, instead of doing double leg calf raise, we're going to do a single leg calf raise. So it's pretty much the exact same cues and principles as the double leg calf raise, but we just do it on one leg and make sure that when we've done one side, we also do the other. It can also help, particularly with the single leg calf raise, if you're struggling with balance, you can then use an object by your side to use for extra stability. And whether you're doing the double leg calf raise or the single leg calf raise, make sure you're actually doing the exercise with proper form and picking the right progression as well, because you know, bouncing your way up and down through each repetition, cutting range of motion, not activating the calf muscles properly, it's only going to strengthen your ego rather than your muscles. So make sure you're actually doing calf raises properly for best results. Right, the third exercise we can go through is the bent leg calf raise. So instead of conditioning more the gastroc, we're going to move on to the soleus, the bottom portion of the calf. So you're going to get into a deep squat position, an active deep squat position, and proceed to raise up from your heel. And you really want to focus on raising your foot up as high as you can to maximize ankle plantar flexion, and again, maximize the activation in the calf. Pause at the top for a second or two, lower back down until your heels almost make contact with the ground, and repeat for repetitions. And like with the other 2 calf raises I mentioned, make sure you're not trying to subtly cheat the exercise. So, you know, like cutting range of motion, bouncing your way up and down, or, you know, instead of actually hinging at the ankles, you start hinging at the hips by making it a bit more like a squat raise rather than a bent leg calf raise. Make sure you're doing your calf raises properly, as this is going to ensure you get maximal results for your time. And again, like the other 2 exercises, if you're struggling with balance, you can simply get an object and use for support. And so, assuming that you've applied all these tips, we can actually progress the calf raises in several ways. One will be increasing the volume, so that can be by doing more sets, or most commonly of course, doing more repetitions than you did the previous workout. Another one of course is to do the exact same amount of work in less time, i.e. by shortening your rest periods between each set. Another way is increase time under tension. So instead of pausing at the top of each repetition for a second, you can do it for 2 seconds. Furthermore, we can do supersets. So a great example would be doing a set of bent leg calf raises, immediately followed by straight leg calf raises, and then actually giving your rest. As this is going to create more of that metabolic stress, which as a component of muscle hypertrophy will help you grow stronger, maybe bigger calf muscles. Oh, I just wish mine grew bigger. And lastly, of course, as a calisthenics athlete, don't be afraid to use weights, my friend, because they do have their place. Because with these examples right here, a simple way of adding progressive overload to these calf raises is by adding weight to the exercise. And so really, as a good rule of thumb, you can do 1 to 2 of these calf exercises at the end of your leg workout, as I assume you are training your legs 2 to 3 times a week, right? And the usual recommendation would be 3 sets of 8 to 12 or 8 to 15 reps. And then you can adjust this based on the previous progressions I've highlighted in this video. So with that said, if you enjoyed this video, you like my content, you enjoy watching every single minute, every single second of this video, then make sure to like this video and comment down below that this video came a good handshake. And so, as that is enough for me today, I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, my friend, and as a crew member of the Gain Trade Express, keep moving forward, my friend.